The most important thing about OWL in the 25 years is that they've organized hundreds and hundreds of women to fight for what they needed. And we did, and we've been winning right along, and we will continue to do it.
The Older Women's League grew out of a White House mini-conference on aging held in Des Moines, Iowa in 1980. For the organizers, Tish Summers and Lori Shields, Des Moines reinforced that specific issues facing older women were often put aside in general discussions on aging.
We kept seeing so many newly divorced or widowed women over the age of 55 who suddenly had no retirement income and had to go to work to support themselves.
If we hadn't realized before that the personal is political, we certainly did then, because we were highly motivated to address the challenges of women as they age, to have them recognized. Until that time, so much had not been recognized.
Together, the freelance agitator and the footloose organizer formed OWL.
And it was so exciting to have all these women that were there, and we all voted and felt like we were birthing a child. We actually had an organization.
The convention really lit my fire. I met so many women that were active in the community, and I had been active in the Council on Aging. I became super active.
It was very lively, very, very lively. We covered every subject. We just were gonna save the world.
In its first 25 years, OWL has influenced vital legislation. OWL has taught women to embrace aging, to speak up for their rights, and to believe in their power to change things. The spirit of Tish and Lori is still very much a part of OWL as it moves forward into its next 25 years. Informed, involved, and empowered. We are informed. The Older Women's League has always led the way in educating legislators and the public about issues that affect older women.
Ask our members who are here to please stand.
You were having a special conference here today. Welcome everyone to the Capitol. Thank you for being.
Our Mother's Day reports to legislators bring vital information about areas of concern to all women: Social Security, caregiving, health care, and economic security.
This is our 2004 Mother's Day report. It's downloadable from our homepage on our website. This report has had a phenomenal response.
We hear a considerable amount of talk and a considerable amount of sympathy, although maybe not all the support she should get, for the person who has the caregiving responsibilities.
This was central to Lori and Tish's advocacy, that those who take care of the elderly, the sick, need help. It cannot be done on their own.
And I think that Al deserves almost all the credit for that visibility, for that issue, and it certainly was a big issue there at Des Moines. It certainly came to the fore.
IHSS provides income for mothers to stay at home and care for their disabled children. I hope you're really following this, because I want you to know about these things and know where to get this right with you.
We are involved. A famous OWL slogan is, "Don't agonize, organize." OWL founders Tish Summers and Lori Shields knew that knowledge was just the beginning. When they saw the problems affecting older women and saw that something had to be done, they formed an organization to address those issues. And we're still going strong. Local chapters across the country work with national headquarters to speak with one voice about challenges facing women as they age.
We had a
project with National and having a local columnist from a newspaper, and it was very effective, I think, in spreading word about the Older Women's League and about the depth of need of understanding about midlife and older women being sandwiched between generations.
We're doing a real special meeting. It's going to be 3 people from Washington, D.C. that are coming to talk about Social Security and how it will affect younger, middle, and older people.
We will be talking about how Social Security works, how it currently benefits women, and the threats that women face from the changes that are now being proposed.
Our Social Security tour, continued lobbying, and outreach keep older women's issues in the public's mind.
For men, they created retirement plans, medical and hospital benefits, profit sharing, and a gold watch. For women, they created Mother's Day. So enjoy it. For when it comes to the treatment of older women in America, we take a lot of liberties.
And it came from Al. I'd been there and I brought all that information back to him, and he and another one of our benefits ladies got that together, and they started to present pre-retirement plans for the employees, and we never had that before.
It goes to Social Security, to Medicare, health care, any of the issues, caregiving, they're all personal and political as well.
I have 2 words for advocacy. One is persistence, and the other is patience.
Getting the Family Medical Leave Act presented and was there when the bill was signed. So that's a wonderful experience. And then to be allowed to go on the Hill, quote, and participate in committee discussions and to share how Al sees things versus the way the general public is looking at it.
I was just 39, I guess, when I first did the pension paper for Al, and 40 by the time I passed the bar. To meet these women who were just charged with energy. The 5 women, including myself in the office at that time, were women in their late 60s to early 70s in the case of Tish, who was the oldest. Laurie was in her early 60s. I was just 40. I was the baby. It was wonderful.
We are empowered. Perhaps the most important thing Al gives women is a sense of their own worth.
Al is not just for one group of women, Al is for all women. The issues that Al has on his agenda touches every woman.
Whether unpaid caregivers or highly paid CEOs, single, married, divorced, or widowed, older women can speak up for their rights, fight for economic security, and make sure that their voices are heard. And they can pass that power on to the next generation of women who will continue Al's work.
And so we fought in every single state against very, very high-paid professional lobbyists. And I quickly found that the OWL chapters in the 6 states that we were successful in made fabulous lobbyists.
The COPRA legislation, which Al has great reason to be proud of, because we are the reason that it is possible to have a continuation under a group health insurance policy.
Congress came to us and said they wanted to make it a federal law, and so we did.
We got COBRA in 1985, so that tells you that if you are single-minded and you put your time and your energy in on it, even when it looks like it's all is lost and you're losing it, maybe you're winning it somewhere else. And that's basically the message from Al that I have taken away now.
Right in the early 80s, after it was first passed, I took advantage of it, and so I'm ever grateful to Al.
I started, and then I progressed and progressed, so I'm now who I am now, and I'm not timid anymore. I'm more aggressive than any other time.
Al is very important to me because of 2 things. One is the people, and the other is what we stand for.
To be able to advocate in your own behalf, which I was sent to do, is a very empowering and growing experience.
Lori had this table on the house on Harrison Street.
There were conferences there, not just with staff, but with people, other people that came in. It was it's where everybody went.
We ate and we talked and decided what to do.
I have a fantasy that we will all gather someday at a great kitchen table in the sky. Program operators, lobbyists, advocates, and displaced homemakers. And just when everyone is getting cushy and relaxed, you'll hear Lori's gravelly voice with her Irish lilt pipe up and say, "So, what's next?"